Okay guys, so here's the 55-gallon Oscar slash Pacu slash Pleco tank. I have two common Plecostomuses in here, along with one red belly Pacu, and two black tiger Oscar cichlids, and one albino tiger Oscar cichlid. Yes, the tank is overstocked. I have all intentions of getting a bigger tank once I should say once that is feasible. On the tank, I have my Penguin BioWheel 350 without the BioWheels. It's an okay filter. I mean, with the BioWheels, it's better. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the more better filters. That and Aqueons are the two decent filters that are not that expensive for power filters or hang-on backs or HOBs, whatever you want to call them. They're pretty good filters. Cascade 300s or anything from Cascade, like the by Penplax, they suck. Don't even look at them. Like you get from like Myers or like kind of like a Petco brand. Don't even look at them. They're horrible. They have a built-in overflow in them, so what they do is the filter cartridges sit on ridges in the bottom of the filter, and the water will actually flow underneath the filter cartridges. Like some will flow through it, but the other parts will flow underneath it, and it's not even filtering the water. It's just pulling it through the filter. It's just kind of stupid in my opinion. So don't even look at those Cascade Penplax, whatever you want to call them. Power filters, they suck. One of the best filters I've had, I have to admit, as of a couple days ago, would be the Penguin BioWheel 150. I mean, this thing is like been on every single one of my fish tanks that have been over 2 gallons. Okay, and this thing is awesome. I just love it. It's all customizable, sort of, kind of. As you can see, mine is stuffed with filter floss, and then I don't know if I probably do this, it'll probably just fall out, but it also has activated carbon in there. You can see that right there, a bag of activated carbon. So this thing gets filtered. This thing is a great little filter. For the money, I mean, what is it, like 30 bucks, I think? At least when I bought it, it was. I don't even know what it is now. But I like it. It's a good filter. Top fin filters, they're okay. Came with my 37-gallon that I have for sale. Tank hasn't sold yet if you want it. Say something in the comments. But it's on Craigslist. This filter was on there. I just use it. It's a good filter. I mean, it'll get the job done. I don't use the inserts though. I use, again, a filter floss and activated carbon. And this one is so small, I just use the filter floss. I need to change out the filter floss though, because as you can see, it's starting to get dirty. Penguin BioWheel 200, filter cartridge, no BioWheel. I got rid of the BioWheels because what I did was like they were getting all nasty, and when really like the beneficial bacteria on them, it was just like slime, and it was like gross. And so I rinsed them off and I put them outside, and of course it was a windy day, so they blew into the street and they got ran over by a car. So I just haven't got around to buying any more, but I will at some time, maybe. And then here's my Aqueon. This filter is a workhorse also. I like that filter. Like I said, Aqueon, the big one, the Aqueon 75, maybe Aqueon 50. Those are both really good filters in my opinion. The small ones, I don't really care for them that much just because they break pretty easily, especially with big fish. Like, they snap that whole end off all the time. The whole housing for the water pump, they always run into it, snap it off. Yeah. I took that Wavemaker out and put it into powerhead form. I didn't like all the current, and I don't think the fish did either. I still think it's a little bit too much current for the Oscars, almost. Pacu loves it. So do the Plecos. They like to swim into it. Oscars are lazy fish, though, and I mean, and what I've heard, at least, is where they prefer it with, like, very little current. That could be wrong. They may love the current. I don't know. But they always seem to be annoyed whenever I had that Wavemaker in there, and they would try to get out of the current, like they would go underneath it so that way they wouldn't blow it onto them or anything. But the Pacu love the current, so I mean, it's kind of give some, take some. So I put the powerhead in there to give the Pacu still a little bit of current, even though it's not that powerful. And since it's not that powerful, it doesn't affect the Oscars that much then. But as you can see right there, I think many people who have been in the hobby for a while may recognize that tube. It is the Fluval AquaClear version, new Fluval branded. Fluval took it over. And this filter is my favorite by far. It's like the best filter ever. I wasn't too sure of it when I first got it. I didn't like it that much. But, I mean, as soon as I saw the results, oh my god, what a difference. This tank was all murky and cloudy, and I was cleaning it out constantly. And just because it was so freaking cloudy, I mean, debris, I mean, the filters, like the Penguin, it picks it up pretty good. And that Fluval will pick it up too, I mean, yeah. But the Fluval is... oh my god, it's just so amazing with how much clearer it made the tank. This tank was so freaking murky. I mean, it still didn't look that amazing. It's mostly the lighting, though, giving it that blurry effect. And there's the air bubbles in the water then, too. But it is pretty darn clear. It's not crystal clear, but it's pretty darn clear, okay? And what I did is I took the stock, left the stock stuff in there. And I wish you could see it, but you can't. I can't put the towel behind it, and then there's the background, so you can't see into it. But I have the sponge right in this vicinity or area. Then there's activated carbon. Make sure you rinse all the media thoroughly, because you don't want any dust or particles or etc. inside the tank that could harm the fish or make the water cloudy. And then there's the Biomax, which you can see right there. Then after that, I saw that they were starting to clean up the tank pretty nicely. I'm like, oh wait, I just got that filter, and the other filters were doing horrible, and the tank was always getting cloudy. So I'm like, it must be a new filter doing that. So what I did is I stuck some filter floss in there, as you can see right there. So I stuck some filter floss in there, just a little bit. I just had a little piece laying around, and I stuck that in there. It gives it that little bit of extra filtration. As you can see, it's capturing some stuff already, some particulates that got past the other stuff, like the sponge. I mean, you can't catch everything, but it can catch the majority of it. So as you can see, that helped out, putting that in there. And right here, I kind of like how it is, and I kind of don't at the same time. The overflow system is just a little tiny overflow right here, and I put some filter floss down there. So still filters, it doesn't affect the flow for the overflow, so that way it can still exit the power filter instead of overflowing out of the back of it. And then there's also a little overflow into the basket right here. I'm not sure if that was intended or not, but that's what happens is the little finger holder right here, it just overflows into the little media basket and then folds back into the tank. So what I did is also, as I stuck the filter floss right underneath that, so it overflows onto the filter floss and back into the tank. As you can see right there, and it's pretty effective. I mean, this thing keeps the water crystal clear. I'm actually debating whether or not, if not get another one of these, get the 110 version, because I mean, this filter is just amazing. It's worked wonders for this fish tank. One thing though is, when you put this lid on, it does have a hum to it. So I mean, if you want it to be absolutely dead silent, you might have to fiddle with it a little bit or something. But the lid does have a little bit of a hum to it when you put the lid on. So maybe duct tape it down to keep the pressure on the lid, or take the lid off completely. I don't know. That's up to you. But it's a good filter. I mean, I like it a lot. So yeah. I'm having great luck with that filter, though. It just made this tank crystal clear almost. I mean, for 3 Oscars, a Pacu, and 2 Plecos, this tank is pretty darn clear, especially not for being cleaned out in, 5 days? Yeah, that's pretty good for me. Usually it's about the four and a half days, the tank is just starting to get gnarly and nasty and disgusting. By day 5, usually it's pretty darn cloudy, and by day 6, it almost has to be cleaned out, if not by day 7 for sure. So, I mean, the tank, as you can see, it could probably go at least another couple of days, 3-4 days probably, before I'm going to have to clean it out. Which I try to do it about every week. Some days they go a little bit over, like some days they wait till like 8 or 9 days, and other times to do it beforehand. Just depends on how necessary it is and if I have the time to do it or not. So, yeah, but great filter. I highly recommend them. They are on the expensiver side, though. They're one of the more expensive power filters for the volume of water they produce. Like the Aqueons, I know are $50, but they do 400 gallons per hour. One that is $55, and it does 300 gallons per hour. So I mean, for flow to price ratio, that one is a little less, but it's more thorough. I mean, that's as close as you're going to get to a canister filter without actually paying the price of a canister filter. Either that or the Fluval C4 or C3 or C2, one of those. I don't really like those. They're not as customizable customizable visually, in my opinion. This has a media basket, so you can stick whatever you want in it. That just has like little trays, kind of, and I don't really like that, so I went with this one, and yeah, I'm having great luck with it, so hopefully that helped you guys out. And yeah, don't forget to check out any future videos of my little female convict dancing in the current. She's pretty. Yeah. I had Aqueon 950 gallons per hour wave maker on this tank. 55 gallon also, they both are, I should say. I'm thinking about getting a 90 gallon and putting it over here in this corner for the Oscars and the Pacu. Pacu will obviously outgrow any tank I could ever buy for my room. Yeah, my room is not the biggest room, but it can hold quite a few good-sized tanks. But he needs really at least a 200-gallon fish tanker, so if not at least 300, I actually should say at least 300-gallon fish tank. I mean, he gets almost 4 foot long at his adult size in the wild. They can reach 3 foot easily. Usually about 40 inches is usually about the max, I believe. And I mean, they are humongous fish. They're like whales of the Amazon. But they are cool. I mean, most of them won't get that big, especially in an aquarium. None of them will get that big. Put them in a pond, yeah, they'll get to 2.5 foot probably. But I mean, the old ones that have a big volume of water, they can easily get 3 foot. So they are beasts. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to check out any future videos. Don't forget to push like and subscribe. Yeah, if you're still watching this long, you must like something. So adios.